What up guys, this is Rule54 and today I'm going to show you guys a Tyranitar Prime deck profile from the DP/Hard Gold Soul Silver era. Now normally when I make these types of deck profiles, I'll build them for 2009 to 2010. So the legal sets would be Diamond and Pearl through Unleashed, biggest Gen 4 format, and it also includes the DP sets, the first starting DP sets, which I like. But for this one, we're going to do Majestic Dawn through Call of Legends. That will be 2010-2011 format. Now Tyranitar was actually probably better in the 2009-2010 format because we had Claydol and it gave this guy much needed speed. After Claydol rotated, this guy kind of fell off. It was a pretty solid tank Pokemon back then because of 160 HP, pretty much unheard of back then. Makes you think about the stage 2s we're getting today. But let's get into the deck profile. So we're going to start things off with the main guy, Tyranitar Prime. You run 4 of them. There isn't really any particular combo or strategy with this guy for this deck. It's just basically us trying to get this dude out and just take advantage of his naturally strong stats and attacks. 160 HP, best you can ask for a stage 2. 3 solid attacks. Darkness Hall isn't exactly the attack that we want to take advantage of in this deck because it's going to hurt our own guys if they're not dark, which I do have a lot of them in this deck. So the strategy is slowly building this guy up through Spirit Tomb, which you'll see later, and then start using Power Claw, powerful attack, ignoring all effects and other annoying things on our opponent's Pokemon, and even Megadon Tail. 120 damage, it's going to discard 3 cards of your deck, but with Special Darkness Energy, it becomes 130, and 120, 130 damage, man. It's going to one-hit KO basically almost anything. All of the SP level X Pokemon that were popular back then, it's going to KO stage 2 Pokemon even. I mean, when you can do 130, so pretty powerful. Okay. Oh, and Psychic Resistance is also useful against things like Gengar and other Psychic Pokemon. It was nice. Finding Weakness, very troublesome. Basically, it was Donphan Prime that kept this guy in check and made people not really want to utilize him. Okay, now for stage 1s, we do 2 of the Stormfront Pupitar. I use this card because it's gonna block damage and it has 80 HP too, and that's pretty nice. That's about it. And then has the lightning resistance too, but I mean the other one has lightning resistance as well. So just in case we do get this guy out, you know, and he doesn't fully evolve, the energy protection can help. Rock Smash isn't too great, and that's about it. But I do 2, plus the weakness being Grass plus 20, I prefer that. And then we do 2 of the Unleashed Pupitar. Now this one has 70 HP, so it's already kind of a downgrade. The water weakness, it's ×2, and I don't really like it. Grass weakness is probably better for this guy because there were more popular and powerful water Pokemon like Kindra and Gyarados and stuff. But what this guy can do is it can do Rage essentially. So if they do hurt and leave it alive, I guess if we have to use it, then you can basically get that Rage effect off and do a lot of damage for just a stage 1. And you can just do this for a DC too. This guy you can also do it for DC, but his attack isn't that great. Now, it doesn't have any defense Pokebody, but Boost Gas is going to give it Free Retreat. Wait a minute, yeah, if it has any energy, it gets Free Retreat. So that's the ability, almost forgot. But it's also pretty good, but I prefer the other one because of the Grass weakness. But both of them are pretty good, that's why I do 2 and 2. We gotta max out the stage 1s in this deck because we're not trying to evolve through Rare Candy, we're trying to evolve through Spirit Tomb, which you guys are going to see pretty soon. Okay, and then for our basic, you basically only had the option for this one and the Stormfront one. Mysterious Treasure one we couldn't use, and it's not that good anyway. Now, it's kind of annoying because the Stormfront one is weak to grass, which I prefer, but this one has 60 HP, lightning resistance. I think the other one has lightning resistance too, but I think it has 50 HP, the Stormfront one. That's why I put this guy in. But it's just annoying. Now the water weakness is worse, and it's ×2 as opposed to plus. but it just has 60 HP, and that's better for the most part. Better attacks too, just more conventional if we have to use them. So that's the Larvitar. Then I do double Glalie. So if you guys seen other of my DP deck profiles, you might have seen this card tagged in there as well. This is a good answer for Donphan that I like, that a lot of people don't really think about from the DP era. With Rec, if there's a stadium in play, this attack is going to do 70 damage essentially for just the DC attachment, and with the weakness, that's enough to KO Donphan, weak to water. So that's pretty good. It's a stage 1, 90 HP, good enough card. So this is our other alternative attacker since we have DCs, and our way to hit water weak Pokemon like Donphan. For Snorunt, we do 2 Snorunt from the Arceus set. Now, in I think it was Blissey where I had these guys tagged into, I mentioned that I use the Mysterious Treasure Snorunt, and I prefer that much better than this one. More HP too, I think. But in this deck, we can't use the other one because Mysterious Treasures wouldn't be a legal set, so I gotta go for the Arceus Snorunt. So 2 and 2 for the Glalie line. Then we do basically 1 Nidoqueen, 1 Nidorina, and 2 Nidoran, I guess, for the line. All you can really run, we run Nidoqueen because it basically gives us healing every turn with Maternal Comfort. It's actually pretty good. Solid attack too as well, Mega Punch doing 1 for 40, and then Ruthless Tail. You can actually pull this attack off too in this deck, and it's going to do a lot of damage, making this guy another decent attacker if she comes up. Nidorina too, just a stage 1, jump tackle I guess we could do, and the other attack, Stress Poison, I guess it can also be decent too, it can work. Our stage 1 and essentially our basic Nidorans. That's it, can't use the Mysterious Treasures ones once again, so that's the only option. Alright, then I do the Uxie level X and the 2 regular Uxies. Your only best form of draw power when we can't have Claydol in the 2010-2011 format. Uxie with setup, you play it down, you draw a bunch of cards, is good. And then Uxie level X also can give us cards with its trade-off every turn. But it's also a, well, I guess a Machamp counter, but I mean, Nidoqueen can function as a Machamp counter too. Tyranitar isn't a basic Pokemon, so it's not like you're going to die in one shot, but this is just another guy that's a fighting Pokemon that can hit you for solid damage with a times 2 weakness. And you know, this guy, he is a psychic Pokemon, he's going to be able to hit Machamp for weakness, so should be pretty good. Okay, we have DC, so Zenblade is going to be an easy to use attack. Alright, next up, the Spiritomb line. You max this out. Basically the only, I guess, strategy part of this deck. Use this to slow the game down. If you start with this, no trainer cards can be played, and it's going to slow down SP, and it's going to help you slowly get into the Tyranitar and just attach the energy slowly on them, because there isn't really any energy acceleration to use the big attacks. That's basically how the deck was in 2009 too. The only difference is we would try and get out Claydol as well. So you had draw power, and then you had this guy slowing things down, and then you could get out the Tyranitars consistently. So that's pretty good. Now because we run this card, which locks out our own trainers as well, you're going to have to build the deck or not include too many trainer cards, item cards as how they're called today. Otherwise we're going to have a lot of dead cards. So that's Spiritomb. And if you don't know what it does, the Darkness Gray's attack, you basically can evolve into your stage 1s and stage 2s directly from the deck, and I mean, it's pretty good. You put a damage counter on Spiritomb, is that right? Yeah, but it's fine. Okay, so max this out. Supporters, it's gonna be 4, Professor Oak's New Theory, max things out since we can't use a lot of the DP through grit encounter stuff. But this guy's just pretty good, pretty solid in this deck. Just draw a lot of cards. And I even have a copycat as well. Tech supporter, SP decks and other decks can fill their hand with a lot of cards, making this card pretty good. Our 5th Professor Oak, you could say. If you can draw at least 5 or 6, then it's good. If you can draw even more, then it's even better. Alright, then I do the Pokemon Collector, 3 of him. There's no Rosane's Research, so we do 3 of this guy. Not going to be able to get energies, but it can get 3 basic Pokemon. So it's pretty good, help us get our guys. And then I do 1 Oak, kind of a tech supporter, just straight draw 3. And then you can put something that you don't need in your deck, at the bottom of your deck. Once again, not a big variety of too many great supporters, and we can't really have any ability to draw besides Uxie, so 1 of this guy shouldn't be too bad. So run him. 1 BB Search, just get any Pokemon that we want. The cost is you got to put a card back into your deck from your hand. It's nice, it's gonna be better than Communication in the sense that you can use it while you have Spiritomb or your opponent is locking trainers. But because it's a weak effect, it only gives you 1 card and you have to spend 2 cards to do it. Just 1 tech in. Should be good enough. And then the last supporter is 1 Seeker. I wish I could run more of this guy, but if we see this early, then we can't really utilize him. This is like an auto scoop up through a supporter, but each player has to scoop up a benched Pokemon. So this can potentially help your opponent, but it's our only way to sort of mass heal Tyranitar. It's the best way to do it, to be honest. And with 160 HP, if they're not using something like Donphan, they're probably not going to kill the dude easily. And just timing this right should sway the game in our favor if we can do this. So each player returns 1 of their bench Pokemon and all cards attached to it back into the hand. So you recover any energies too. So you can save the Special Darkness energies, the DCs, and other cards. So that's 1 of this guy. I really wish I could just find a way to do more than 1, but it's just really difficult to do so. Okay. Stadium of choice is going to be Broken Time Space. Usually your opponent might be running this card too, depending on what deck they're using. And it's going to help us get the Tyranitars out quickly as well. Another method if we're not going to do Spiritomb. Pretty good Stadium, was one of the best back then. And I mean, that's about it. Should be a counter Stadium too, depending on what our opponent is using. So do 3, especially since we don't have any rare candies. Speaking of which, 1 rare candy, just 1. It should still be pretty good. Maybe I can get out a Tyranitar super quick and instantly, but we're not maxing this out like in other decks. We're trying to evolve through Spiritomb, Broken Time Space. That's why I have all the stage 1s, and you know, it would conflict with Spiritomb. It would be dead with Spiritomb. So just 1. Then I do 1 Luxury Ball. This is an item as well, but it's the best searcher essentially for back then. So just going to do 1, and hopefully we can use this when we don't have Spiritomb active, or if we don't have Spiritomb active, then you can use it. And then double Communication. It's going to be pretty good. I have a lot of Pokemon in this deck. Once again, it kind of conflicts with Spiritomb, but you gotta have a few trainers still. You can't just completely dismiss all of them. So I just have a few, and this is just a few that are in for Pokemon consistency. And then the last one Switch. To switch. Just 1 of them. Should be pretty good. Tyranitar has Big Retreat. And this is also, it's going to combo out with Seeker as well. Put the Tyranitar that's active on the bench, and then use Seeker, heal the dude up, promote somebody else. Okay. Now for the energies, we max out the double colorless energies. Really going to help out Tyranitar attack as quickly as it can. So max things out. Glalie can use this too. Then we'd max out the Special Darkness energies. Darkness Pokemon had the benefit of these back then, giving you 10 more damage. So, you know, really good. More damage. Darkness Energy. Nothing else to say. And then I do, I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 basic Darkness Energies, and the 1 Tech Psychic Energy for Nidoqueen. And total it's 14 energies essentially. And this is basically the deck, guys. To be honest, I was planning on showing this many months ago, but I just didn't get the chance. So that's why it just seems like I forgot a lot of the shit I was gonna say in this video. I tested with the deck, I used the deck, and I put a lot of thought into building the deck, but it's just been a while and I forgot a lot of the things. So this is Tyranitar Prime. What else am I gonna say? What else should I say? That's the deck. It's cool. I do want to show more DP and even EX Gen 3 deck profiles, but I just don't know when I'm gonna have the time. I do Master Duel Yu-Gi-Oh videos now. I do all the other Pokemon TCG online videos that I do. So it's kind of difficult, just too many videos to make. Anything else that I forgot to mention? Oh, damn, my battery is gonna run out as well, so that's why I had to hurry up. So that's the deck, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys next time. What up?